This will come as no surprise to those of you who know me, but I am running late and I told myself that I would make a video, but I'm also supposed to meet Mike for dinner in half an hour, so I was torn between should I do my video or should I put makeup on because it's the holiday season and this is the time when you put a little bit of effort into your appearance. Hence the dress that I wear about once a year, if that. So I decided to do both because why not multitask? So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about how what our thoughts are influence our behaviors, our emotions, and ultimately our actions in our lives. Now, this does not come as a surprise to many of you, but I have been a little late to the party here getting into Joe Dispenza's work, and it's fantastic. I've been loving it. For those of you who have read or listened to any of his books, he talks all about how you can change your thoughts to change your life. And in his book, You Are the Placebo, he gives all of the scientific basis behind why things like the placebo effect work and how we can harness that power to influence our own lives. And honestly, it's so cool. It's like the NLP backing with all of the research, and he's doing continuous research with the people who go on his retreats, which is pretty amazing. It really makes me want to go to one of his retreats. And he talks about different studies. One of the studies that I was really excited about was about apparently 8 men who are recruited between the ages of 70 and 80, and they take a week in a monastery, and while they're in this monastery, before they get all of these vitals taken, so heart rate, blood pressure, height, weight, lots of things that would give an indication of health. And then while they're at the monastery, they are immersed in programs, books, newspapers, music from their youth. So I think they talked about it being like in the 60s, they were kind of encouraged to believe that they were still in the 60s, and they got to watch or read about the moon landing and all these world events that happened in the 60s. And the really amazing thing that happened was when they started to believe that they were like 20 to 30 years younger, after a week, these men's health improved so much. They were taller, they weighed less, their heart rates were lower, they were just healthier all around. And because of being immersed in this situation, what was happening is on that week away from reality, their external environment normally would be telling them they were in their 70s or 80s. So maybe they live with a cane or a walker, or maybe they're taking a pile of medications every day, or their family members are concerned about their health or their balance, whereas taking them to this monastery was allowing them to be immersed in their youth. And in this book, he makes the point that we have, obviously, in our genome, we have DNA that allows us to synthesize programs and execute different commands in our cells for anything that we want to do, whether that's healing or growing or even like taking undifferentiated stem cells and making them into new cells that are different. So in this time period where they were exposed to these things in their environment that told them they were younger, their bodies were able to then activate different genes that they used when they were younger, which I think is amazing. And he goes on to talk about how we can do this in our daily lives. I should keep getting ready. By pairing our thoughts with really strong emotions. And one of the easiest ways to do that is through meditation, because meditation allows us to access different brain waves, these theta brain waves, that create a state in our nervous systems where we can access the unconscious mind really well. And when we can access the unconscious mind, that's the easiest way that we can start activating these different patterns that we wouldn't normally be using on a regular basis. So if you feel like changing your thoughts and changing your physiology as a result, the best way to do this is to get really relaxed. That's why I love talking about nervous system regulation, particularly if you would identify as someone who is a little bit more on the high stress or anxious side, so that we can bring that level of stress down, allow your body to become more relaxed, entering that parasympathetic state, and then from there, believing that what you want to have happen is actually happening and attaching the emotion to it. So that's the key here. Believing that it's happening and allowing the emotions associated with that state to arise in your body. So think of something that you really, really want to have happen that hasn't yet happened. Maybe it's going after a new aspect of your business, or marketing yourself online, or who knows, standing up in front of a crowd and giving a really big presentation. Do I try the lip liner or not? I'm gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens. It broke in my bag though. And so when you do that, oftentimes there might be some hesitation. Turns out it's hard to put this on you're talking. There might be hesitation. You might get other emotions rising in your body, maybe a sense of nervousness, trepidation. So if you can start to notice those emotions and then override them intentionally with the emotions that you want to feel, maybe instead of anxiety, you turn it into excitement and you amp yourself up about that new thing that you're gonna do that you're a little bit nervous about doing. And then in that respect, you're able to get into a different state, which activates different genes and proteins to be synthesized, and you change your perception of reality, and you're also opening yourself up to have a different experience of reality when you potentially happen upon that circumstance or the event that you're thinking about. So I just wanted to let you know that it's not just woo-woo. There's some real science behind this stuff, and it's super fascinating, and I love that it's really accessible. If you're not into meditation, you don't have to meditate. It's just enough to have those thoughts and catch your thoughts that are negative and taking you away from what you want to be doing or have accomplished. All right, I'm gonna do something with my hair. Oh boy. I hope you're having a great evening, morning, whatever day it is, and during the holidays, if you are experiencing stress, I hope that you have a way to calm yourself down, and maybe there's something on your list that you are procrastinating, but as you can see, you might be able to do some multitasking and not do either thing perfectly, but done is better than perfect. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think about the thoughts changing your life idea.